Today it is Women's History Month, a time when we highlight the female contributions that built this country. And this morning we are focusing on a woman that often goes overlooked when it comes to aviation history.
Matt Gregory explains how one woman broke through the glass ceiling, but also the race barrier to become a pilot. But most Americans have barely heard her name. Remember her name, it's Bessie Coleman.
Inside the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity alumni building in Alexandria, young black aviators, girls and boys, learn the basics of flight, takeoffs, landings, and something deeper.
This morning in a little Black history segment, and I was telling the students it's very important for them to learn their history.
A history that includes world-famous aviators like the Tuskegee Airmen and more.
We also want to expose them to other aviators, like Bessie Coleman. She's Queen Bess, as she's known.
Bessie Coleman, a pilot as groundbreaking as Amelia Earhart, but not a household name.
The white papers didn't cover her.
After class dismissed, we took a class of our own, among the cloth wings of early flight at the Air and Space Museum.
Bessie Coleman was actually the first African-American woman to be licensed pilot.
Our teacher, Dorothy Cochran, is a curator at the museum.
She was kind of frustrated at being a manicurist. She wanted to do more. And her brothers just said, well, we saw women flying in France.
Coleman's aerial journey started in Chicago in the 1920s, a time in America where it's unheard of for a woman, let alone a black woman, to be a pilot. So she traveled to France to learn to fly.
So it took her several months to master it all, and then eventually she acquired her license.
Coleman returned to the United States a little-known trailblazer. For the next 5 years, she put on aerial shows and lectures about flight across the country. She inspired an entire country of what could be possible up until her death in an aerial accident in 1926. But for generations, her story traveled a grassroots campaign in the African-American community until the 1980s.
We put together a Black Wings exhibit, and that was the first time that she was really celebrated in a major museum at all, that any African-American pilots were.
A small memorial to the woman who would not let racist and sexist restrictions hold her back. And today, Queen Bess represents more than a historic first. She charted a path for children like these young pilots to follow.
And the history is very powerful because it can inspire you, it can motivate you, it gives you the will to go on when you face obstacles that are naturally going to come your way.
Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.
During the renovations to the Air and Space Museum, the Black Wings exhibit has not been on display, but the curator tells us it's a cornerstone of future exhibits.
Love it. And that's why
yeah.
history is important.